Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the jljpodcast. It's your boy Jack Wemmer. I'm here with man JVK.
How's it going, guys?
Also here with Matho as usual.
G'day.
And we're very sorry for missing last week. Had to take a break, after our big episode with Dan Butler. But we're back this week for a round 5 review. If you haven't checked out the video with Dan Butler, make sure you go check it out. Definitely our best podcast so far. So if you haven't, go have a watch of that one. Also got highlights in there, so you don't have to just listen to it. But we'll start. I guess we got our round 5 reviews and round 6 previews. So we'll start with our round 5 reviews. Matho, take us through this Carlton St Kilda game.
Yeah, Carlton St Kilda, not that great for the Blue Boys. I wasn't happy watching that game, Jacko. But it's a hard game for us. St Kilda got off to a good start. Their superb form line they're in at the moment. Currently sitting at 4th place. So it's not too bad.
Good to watch.
Dan the Man Butler.
Absolute superstar.
I think it
was our talk with him that turned him into what he was.
His forms come from the JLJ podcast, and he's just snagging goals left, right, and centre now.
Yeah, that goes out to any AFL player.
Kick 3 against Richmond.
If you want to improve your form, then I think that means you have to come on the JLJ podcast.
Exactly.
We've got proof and evidence about it, so I think that's what you're going to have to do if you want to improve your game.
Exactly.
Yeah, who's in a bit of a form slump at the moment? I don't know.
Nice.
Jeremy Cameron haven't kicked a goal for a while.
Yeah, Jeremy, you want to come on, mate?
You come on. If you come on next week, I guarantee you kick 6 goals.
It's a guaranteed. It's a JLJ guarantee. That's what we call it.
JLJ guarantee. Against Brisbane as well. Never mind. We're not having you on next week. It's against Brisbane.
All right.
You got no. He gets Harris Andrews as well. Yeah, probably not a good idea.
He's not kicking 6 goals on Sarah's hands.
Jack still did a good job on Cripper.
He did. He was very good.
He still managed to get 23 touches himself. But this is a bit of a talking point for you, Jacko. Alistair Clarkson had a cry and said the holding the ball is not cracked down enough from the AFL. They changed it immediately. Someone needs to say something about holding the man on the midfielders in the middle, because Cripper, I reckon there's about 5 free kicks that were easily missed from not getting called. And I'm not saying just for Cripper, but the whole AFL. Taggers always hold.
It's just inconsistent. If the umps are going to make bad calls during the game, if they're consistent about it, then keep doing that same call. But if you're not going to be consistent, then that's when there's a problem.
Exactly.
And I think it's a lot harder to look at the holdings. Coming from an umpire perspective myself, you are watching the ball and not the other players. So I will admit it's a lot harder to pick up on the holdings, especially because the taggers are so good these days. They'll hold on the opposite side of where an umpire is. So from a camera angle, it looks obvious, but when from an umpire standing,
they're blind to what's happening.
It's very hard from an umpire's point of view.
Just the holding the ball rule is
I'm loving the holding the ball at the moment.
No, I highly disagree. It's so
So
inconsistent. If they get it right, then but it's so inconsistent.
It's not inconsistent, though.
And the dangerous tackle.
The dangerous tackle was retarded.
It is stupid. Some of the one with Will Snelling, Essendon in the last quarter against Collingwood. It was just a normal hard tackle.
AFL came out and said they got that one wrong, though.
Yeah, that was
good on them. So they should, but they shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to do that. They should have paid it. They shouldn't have paid it in the first place.
Yeah,
I guess they are going to make mistakes, though. I guess.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm definitely for the new interpretation. VK, you're against. Matho, you for or against the new holding the ball interpretation?
I'm a fence sitter. I'm with VK in that they need to be consistent, but I'm also happy that they're starting to water it again.
Well, if they're gonna make it that rule and be consistent about it, then I'm happy with pretty much any rule change as long as it's consistency.
Yeah. I reckon though, once again, our slow start killed us. But then we turned it around after half time, winning the last 2 quarters. But it's the quarters that we don't want to win. We want to win the first few and win every quarter. But I think St Kilda had gone all right. Jack Steele gets 3 votes. Jack Billings 2 votes, and our main man, Dan the Man Butler, snags 1 vote.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely. What St Kilda did well in this game was they made sure they had someone playing on Cripps, and then also had the big Geary playing on
Yeah, he did a really good job against Doherty.
Yeah, exactly. Kicked 2 himself as well, and of course Doherty did get away in the last quarter. I think he had like 10 touches in the last quarter, but from up to three-quarter time, he only had 10 or 11 touches, Doherty.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Good
really.
work from Kieran.
So I guess that's what I think a lot of teams will now look at. If they stop Doherty off the half-back line and then you just have someone who can go head-to-head with Paddy Cripps, I think
Yeah.
Carlton will have a lot of troubles.
Just
Yeah.
quietly, though,
You know who
Jacko,
I...
just quietly, though, I called it at the start of the year, Sam Doherty All-Australian contention, and you said no.
You did.
And I reckon
It's been good.
He's
He's been all right, yeah.
right now in the back pocket or centre half back.
He would, yeah. He would be probably back pocket right now. Of course,
Yeah, I agree.
still a whole year to go. You know, his knee's going to blow out in a couple of weeks, so all good.
Touch wood, it
You know
doesn't.
who was good for Carlton was Big Liam Jones. Never ever even recognised him as a footballer, but he took a lot of intercept marks. And I did rate his game.
I reckon Jacob Wiedering has gone a bit unnoticed, but this game against St Kilda, he was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he wasn't great.
It's been good this season, though. Except
He's been good this season. One bad game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On to Collingwood Essendon, VK.
Yeah, so I'm very happy. Very, very impressive performance from my Dons. Definitely wasn't expecting that. Like I'm sure a lot of other
especially
people
after the first 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, I thought it was going to be a 60-point blowout, to be completely honest with you. Absolutely devastated about the Stringer injury. Going to be out for at least 1 month, but it looks like to be longer than that. I did say at the start of the season that Essendon would just be that inconsistent, unpredictable team, like we always are, and it's just one of those games where you just couldn't predict it. I believe the Pies really need to work on that forward line. It was
their forward line is shocking.
Mason Clock should not play another game of football. He should be delisted right now.
The
only player that looks, the only player that looks like he's going to perform in that forward line is Stevenson. I don't think, and he goes missing.
He went missing. He went missing after the first 5 minutes.
He plays the first 5 minutes, then goes missing.
Mm.
Yeah, so Collingwood definitely need to improve on that forward line. I had 3 votes for Shield, who's been very impressive this year. He's a clearance machine. 2 votes Stringer, and 1 vote Maynard, who in my opinion was their only standout player. Maynard is, if he continues his form, could push for All-Australian as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, Maynard was an absolute beast. Has been for the whole year.
100% agreed.
Yeah. And what about our thoughts on the Jordan De Goey hitting the post, hitting the umpire?
That's a goal.
Nah, I honestly reckon it was a behind.
I thought it was behind as well.
And that's not from a Carlton supporter hating Collingwood. I'm being dead serious. I reckon that was hitting the post.
Is the rule if he's attached to the post is a point? Is that a rule?
No, it's not a rule.
So it's a goal.
It's a rule in local footy though. I know in the AFL, if the goal umpire is attached to the post.
Wait, so if it's not in AFL, then that's a goal. It was going straight through. It
wasn't going. It was going to hit the post.
Through, I highly disagree.
The bloke was flat. The bloke was flat against the post.
The hitting. Well, where else was it going to go? Was it going to?
Half his body was off the post.
But it hit him straight in the middle.
It hit him on the shoulder that was on the post.
I don't think it was. We'll never know, but I don't think it was going to hit the post.
I reckon we got to get the
ball tracker.
Yeah, the ball tracker.
Cricket ball tracker. See where the ball was going to end up.
Was it in off stump, middle stump, or leg stump? What do you reckon, Jacko?
True. I think it was hitting leg stump would have been.
Yeah, that's like
the right batsman.
Yeah, the far side.
That's true. You know, I still think they need to bring in like some sort of. I know they got, I guess, Snicko now for when it hits the post, but I still think they just get hot spot, and you just see a little blemish on the top of a goal post or whatever, make things so much easier for those ones. And stuff like that. Yeah. I guess we move on to the West Coast Sydney game. Interesting game. Sydney had a good fight for the first half, and then second half, West Coast just pulled away. I think Elliot Yeo in the second half really got them going. Absolute bull in that second half. I think he barely touched the ball in the first half. Then second half, he absolutely got going. And of course, once again, big Nick Naitanui finally back and fit. Dominated a Sydney team without a ruckman. You know, Leah struggled.
Horsey, how are you, bud?
Horsey,
10 minutes in, horses clicked off. Horses clicked off.
Next episode, we need to say horse at the very beginning of the episode before we even say anything.
Horse, if you are still here after only 10 or 15 minutes in, comment Leah. Your favourite player.
You've changed up the code word, Jacko. You've changed up the code word.
The code word is now Leah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Nick Naitanui absolutely dominated. So, yeah, from my 3 votes would have been Nick Nat 3, Dom Sheed with 2, definitely a good game through the midfield, and then Elliot Yeo the 1. But I think it's the big problems for Sydney up forward. Without a key forward, the only likely forward that looks like scoring these days is Papley and Heaney. Everyone else they're just bad.
If Buddy Franklin
That's what I
was
said.
down there, I reckon they'd be looking all
Down there,
right.
different story.
Exactly.
But not also because it's not because he's going to kick the goals, but it's because it's the aura that Buddy Franklin brings. Yeah, exactly. You know, they see shit. Buddy's here. 2 players go over him. That leaves, you know,
Papley to do his thing.
Or, yeah, exactly. Someone that isn't as good. Take off, you know, reap the ransoms, I guess. But yeah, the Sydney forward line is a trouble for them. I knew that at the start of the year going in. I knew Buddy was never going to be fit. Sam Reid's a joke of a footballer, and he's still not fit. But yeah, they just don't have a forward line.
You can just predict the future, can't you, Jacko?
I can. Mm-hmm.
Horse, if you're still listening though, and you comment Alira, Jacko has promised he'll bring you Grainwaves to school for a free trade on the trade table at recess.
That's,
so make
as
sure
the
you
CEO of the trade union, that is definitely allowed. I like that.
Horse. Get on Alira, Horse.
Mm-hmm. And Horse, if you do come on Alira, you can be in our next episode. You can chat about everything Alira related.
We'll just do a full Alira podcast.
maybe if we get Alira on, that'll be big.
Imagine Alira and Ben Horsell in the same conversation.
Even to put that in the same sentence is frightening.
Insanity. Matho to the Geelong Gold Coast game.
Yeah, I think in Ablett's and Selwood's milestone games, Geelong really turned up and gave the Suns a bit of a reality check.
A little bit, yeah.
Rao going down in the first 5 minutes, I think kind of proved how important he was or already is to their side. With Gold Coast, they didn't really find rhythm until the second quarter, and then they dropped off for the third and fourth again, failing to hit the scoreboard in the second half. I don't know if you knew that, but they didn't hit the scoreboard in the second half.
Well, didn't hit a single goal in the second half.
No. And Geelong proven as well that at home they really are a big force. And I think Big Tomahawk, he did all right for his pals Joel and Gary, kicking 3 goals. I think 17 touches as well was pretty good for him. So
yeah, good to have him back, even though I hated him. But you know, fair enough.
He looks like a bit of a cat, don't you reckon?
Benny King kicked 3 as well. Go remember that, the young player.
Both the Kings are going to be really good.
Yeah, exactly. It would be interesting now who wins Rising Star. I think Ben and Max King will probably be the 2 frontrunners now.
Yeah. Do you honestly reckon from 5 games, Rao can win it?
No. Not a Rising Star. That's not how Rising Star works.
Yeah, it's on round by round.
It's not round by round. It's just at the end of the year, who's had the best year. They'll have like 5 experts vote there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So he's already got a nominee, so he's still in the running, but...
Yeah, so he is still in the running. I wouldn't be surprised if he finished like 3rd or 4th or something maybe.
Yeah,
but I think it would be really stiff on the other players if he did end up.
Yeah, it would. After playing that many games, you don't deserve it. It's unfortunate, but no.
Like he would have won it, head and shoulders. Would have got 5 votes from everyone, but not anymore. Well, unfortunately, the shoulder.
Yeah. On to the votes, Jacko. Sam Meningola, 3 votes. Past 2 weeks, he's got 6 votes. He's going all right, Meningola, at this stage.
He's doing all right, yeah. I've not going to lie, like 2 years ago, I'd never heard of him. And now...
Oh, he's one of the most underrated players in the AFL.
Maybe, yeah.
He's a beast. Sam Meningola, he got 23 touches and 1 goal. I reckon Tom Hawkins, 2 votes for his 3-goal effort. And Hugh Greenwood, VK, you'll love Hugh Greenwood's 11 tackles.
Oh, the defensive machine. That's exactly what I like to hear.
I loved his bit of a Twitter banter with Adelaide. What's his
Marcus
name?
Shudo.
Yeah, bit of banter on Twitter.
With 2 weeks ago or so, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I like that
Marcus
from him.
Shudo was a scumbag, though.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go, Jacko. On to VK's Bulldogs versus North.
Yeah, it was a tough game to predict coming into this, but Bulldogs coming out with the win and a very easy one as well in the end. We saw a huge performance from new recruit Josh Bruce, kicking 6 straight. Bulldogs are starting to look good again, and in their last 3 weeks, they've kept every team they've versed to under 40 points, which is a pretty impressive stat from the Doggies.
And considering that their defense isn't big names either as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty good effort. North are just they're just a nothing, aren't they? Really, they're such a difficult team to predict, just like my Essendon, and you just never know what you're going to get with them. They could smash a team, get smashed like they did this week. They're just such a hard team to predict. 3 votes has to go to Joshy Bruce. 2 votes at McRae, and then Caleb Daniel with 1 vote.
Yeah. No. Unfortunate for Ben Cunnington going down early.
Yeah.
Of course, Reece Shaw said I think it was a mistake playing him, that he wasn't fully ready. But, definitely unfortunate. Of course, Higgins getting injured as well for North. So, their 2 best players. They could be in a bit of trouble.
Agreed.
Especially Ben Brown didn't do anything.
Yeah, he's struggling a bit.
Yeah.
Man.
He hasn't really found form.
Wasn't great. No, he hasn't. Aaron Hall struggled, So I think Aaron Hall is one of the... I would say one of the most talented players on the list, but, I thought he was... Yeah, exactly. I really rated him at Gold Coast.
Yeah, so did I.
When he moved to North, I'm like, yeah, he could, push for, All-Australian squad form. I wouldn't think he'd ever make All-Australian, but, in that top 40 players, I think he could have pushed, but, doesn't look likely.
Agreed.
But now, Brisbane Port game. Brisbane gave the Port boys big reality check. Yeah. Absolutely loving it. The scumbag from Adelaide that they are. Absolutely dominant performance by Brisbane. Once again, Lachie Neale certified himself as the best player in the competition right now. As I said before, if I'm playing a grand final tomorrow, I now take Lachie Neale over my Fife, over my Martin, over my Cripps.
I disagree. I think he's in best form, but I'm still taking Dusty, Cripps, Fife. Maybe not Cripps, but Dusty, Fife in a grand final.
No, Lachie Neale. So he's going to guarantee to get you 25 plus with a goal. He's that good.
He couldn't guarantee you a goal this week, though, Jacko. 6 behind, lad. What's going on there?
That was the week before, you noob.
He kicked him against Adelaide.
Yeah, we're talking about Port Adelaide. Adelaide aren't the scumbags. Adelaide are just the nothings.
Oh, well.
What kind of the Port Adelaide game? A week before, yeah. We didn't get to review those games.
Yeah, he couldn't
Lachie Neale could have been on for a 250 Supercoach point game or something. Would have been insane if he could kick straight. Yeah, he got his goal this week, which was, you could see it was in the very last minutes of the game. You could see the happiness on his face, considering he kicked his last 11 scoring shots were all behind.
Jeepers.
Yeah, so, good to see that he's kicked the goal and best player in the competition. Big Dan the Man McStay finally showing that he's actually worth something.
You can't say Dan the Man for another man other than Dan the Man Butler.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
Dan McStay, you don't deserve the man. Dan McStay, absolute beast. VK, heard you know him personally?
Yeah. Oh, well, my Matty Van Kuyk again.
Matty Van Kuyk getting the mention.
Matty Van Kuyk does know him. Actually, one of Dad's close friends. We used to be neighbours with him, actually. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of connections. Matty Van Kuyk, a lot of connections.
He still can't kick, but he had a really good game. And once again, it's finally good to see Brisbane's #1 draft pick Cam Rayner finally, I guess, living up to what he could be worth. Of course, kicked the 2 goals and had 15 touches. Thought he was really good. Broke a couple tackles as well. But yeah, Brisbane are looking really good. I say premiership favourites now, up with probably GWS.
Geelong.
Yeah, and Geelong, stuff like that. But looking through Brisbane's team now, Brisbane have got the best small forward in the comp in Charlie Cameron, the best midfielder in Lachie Neale, and head and shoulders the best defender in the comp, Harris Andrews, is an absolute superstar.
Yeah, I agree.
He is that good. It is ridiculous how good he is. Of course, Luke Hodge during the week said Harris Andrews is one of the best defenders he's ever played with. Big call considering he's played with players like Brian Lake, Josh Gibson, Ben Stratton. Shows how good he is, considering that he's still quite a young player. would be Brisbane's future captain. But he's ridiculous at the moment. Made Charlie Dixon look like Mason Cox, really. And I was loving it. I hate Charlie Dixon. I have him in my 10th biggest wanker in the AFL. Just cries and sooks the whole entire game. But yeah, and the thing, even Dermot Brereton absolutely loved Charlie Dixon the entire game. After the game, he even said Charlie Dixon, it was splitting the votes out of those two between out of 10. He would have given Harris Andrews 6 votes and Charlie Dixon 4, which I think is ridiculous.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Charlie Dixon didn't go near the ball. He didn't do
9
anything.
to 1.
Exactly. It would have been 9 to 1, you know. Charlie Dixon maybe for a little bit. But Port Adelaide just completely lost in this game. You know, by the second quarter, every kick out they had, they were bombing it down the middle. Their game plan just went out the window. They were flustered when Brisbane started kicking all the goals in that second quarter. A big 6-goal second quarter really opened up the game for Brisbane. But yeah, for my votes, I would have given 3 votes to Lachie Neale. Once again, I think he's already got the Brownlow locked in. As long as he doesn't get injured, of course. Jared Lyons, who I said in our very first podcast, just me and VK, back in the JJ podcast days, I said Jared Lyons was the most underrated player in the AFL and absolutely living up to it. He got his 27 touches, and I would have given him the 2 votes. And Harris Andrews, again, with the 1 vote, as I already mentioned before, how good he is. And he will be an Australian player for many, many years. So, Matho, moving on to the Adelaide Freo game.
Adelaide Freo. Wow. I think I don't know why the AFL. Yeah, I don't know why the AFL decided out of all games to broadcast to America in prime time on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, that was true.
When it's 2 teams that are sitting bottom and second bottom with 0 wins each. I don't know what Gill and the Amigos. I don't know what Gill and the Amigos down at AFL House are doing, but that's.
No, it's just silly. You know, they should have tried to switch Melbourne. Yeah, it is bad.
It's a Matt Prudis.
They should have tried to switch Melbourne and Richmond.
Team of the decade.
That's a ridiculous statement to compare those two, to be completely transparent.
That's pretty
That is
similar.
ridiculous.
But it was low scoring, close game. But Fremantle, however, did semi-prove that they were in a bit of a form slump from the hub that they were in.
Yeah.
Good to see Adelaide. They finally decided to include Matt Crouch back in the side. And 27 touches in the returning week from getting dropped. I think there's some real trouble down in Adelaide, I reckon. They are in struggle. They are in struggle street right now.
And considering that this week there more information on the camp got released.
Yeah, I did see that.
About how they pretty much tortured the players and hurled private abuse at them. You know, no wonder they're stuffed and, you know,
I don't even know
excluding the Aboriginal players from
stupid
stuff.
I don't even know if it's pretty much torturing, Jacko. I think it is torturing. I was straight up appalling.
Yeah, some brutal average stuff. From Adelaide Football Club, you know, I think it's the Army or something, but no, it's just footy.
It was good. It was good to see Fremantle though, kind of perform without Nat Fyfe, I say.
I thought it was going to be a closer game without Fyfe.
Yeah, but I think Michael Walters, 2 goals, 14 touches. Andrew Brayshaw, he had a big game. I reckon. Finally
starting to do something.
Yeah, he's 3 votes for Brayshaw, 2 votes for Walters, and 1 vote for Brad Crouch. 28 touches, few tackles, was pretty good for not a very strong Adelaide side.
Fair enough. But yeah, Melbourne, Richmond, VK?
So Richmond finally started to show some sort of form in this game. They haven't been looking very good this year, but looked all right this game. Kane Lambert was very good, 27 disposals and 3 goals, and also a very impressive game from Noah Bolter, who in the back line had 20 touches and 8 marks for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Again, a very good performance from Gawn, who continues to pretty much carry Melbourne. He got some help, however, in Christian Petrarca, who continues to be very good this season for the D's.
Big first quarter for Petrarca.
Yeah, huge. He was on for how many disposals was he on for?
I think he had 14 in the first quarter. So he could have been on for 50.
Yeah, imagine 50 in the shortened quarters. Oh my!
I think he got his record. Oh no, I think
his
record was he may have been close to his record in the shortened quarters.
So I had Lambert, definitely 3 votes. Gorn 2,
Mhm.
and Bolter, I'll give him a 1 vote. Definitely deserved a
Mhm.
vote for that game.
Yeah, Melbourne had their chances in this game. Late in the last quarter, Clayton Oliver trying to kick the ball to Petrarca 15 metres and missing him. When Tom Lynch went down and kicked the other goal. But Melbourne just are a poor club. Their forward line is shocking at the moment. No one looks like they're going to kick a goal in that forward line. Of course, they got players like the Fridge guy or whatever. He's decent at the moment. But, nothing else really. He's going to kick goals without still having replaced Jesse Hogan. Tom McDonald's crap, always will be crap.
Did he kick like 40, 50 goals last year or something?
No, it was like 2 years ago.
I think Tom McDonald's got quite a decent forward, to be completely honest. I reckon he's
No,
all right, Tom McDonald.
I don't rate Tom McDonald. Matthew, you rate Tom McDonald?
He hasn't really returned to the form that he had in that season where Melbourne went all the way to the prelim. But when he turns up, he's all right. But if he's not turning up, then he's a Mason Cox type player.
Mm. Yeah, they're definitely struggling. Hopefully, Sammy Wiedemann get back in the team soon, though. Would be nice to see. Even though he's shocking. He's a really bad player.
I can't believe he asked for $600K a year. That's still a massive lol moment.
He just wanted the money. Fair enough. Wants the money. Can't get into a Melbourne team that doesn't have a forward line. The man's struggling.
Yeah, they're
hopefully we get him on the podcast, though. He's a Fries boy. We're Fries boys.
Oh,
Sammy Wiedemann, we just made fun of you, but, if you come on the podcast, I'd love to see it.
Jacko will give you a good rim if you come on the podcast. So
I would. Mm-hmm.
And you're guaranteed 6 goals the next week, so I'd say
you would.
Sure, it's a guarantee.
That is a guarantee. You get picked. I think that's just an improvement for him. Considering the VFL isn't getting played, they cancelled that yesterday.
He doesn't mean it, Sam. He doesn't mean it.
No, I love you, Sammy. Spoke to you once, I think, in my life, but, it's a good talk. I'm pretty much the reason you made AFL, I'm pretty sure. I told you.
He is. No, I will confirm it. He is.
I will confirm.
You
had that good game, though, against Geelong in
the final.
Yeah, one of the finals.
Really good game.
Yeah, he hit like 2 goals in the first quarter.
Is it a credit to how good he is as a character, Jacko, and how he takes time just to speak to a couple of schoolboys and stuff? And
he hasn't taken the time. If he takes the time, then I'll be happy. But, he hasn't. That's the problem. But if he comes on, that's what we'd love to see.
Good on you, mate.
Would be great. Then moving on to the final game, GWS versus Hawthorn. I thought the game was going to be closer because Hawthorn, I guess coming off, I guess it was probably a bad win against North Melbourne. Alex Clarkson cracked the shits at the end of the game with his team and with the umpiring. But I'm sure he probably wouldn't have been happy either. I think I saw something in the last 2 weeks. Hawthorn have laid 111 tackles for 2 free kicks.
Yeah, he complains and then he barely got any free kicks, which is very funny, to be completely honest.
Probably a bit of bias there from him. Fuck you.
Oh,
don't disrespect Clarko like that.
Jesus. Jacko, I thought we were PG rated, mate. I thought we were PG rated.
Yeah, what?
Wow.
Love his Hawthorn.
That was
talk
acceptable.
about his team, Matho. Don't talk about his team.
He's not my team. I just love Clarko.
He does a lot.
Who's
Clarko and Rioli, never disrespect those two.
Who's editing this video? They're going to have to get a big beep in there, Jacko. Jesus.
Mate, people don't even make it this far in that video. People make it this far in Davo, and please, if we talk about something.
Davo's the only one currently watching.
Yeah. Davo, if you're still watching, comment Heath.
Clarko sucks or something.
No, you got to comment Heathmont under 17s.
No, not Heathmont. You got to comment your opinions on Alistair Clarkson.
Yep.
He's just gonna say these.
Yeah, he's gonna say he's a wanker.
If you say that, Davo, I'll bring you grain waves on the trade table.
His trade table's popping off. First day back.
Has been popping off. But yeah, the Giants are back. Good win against Pies the week before. Another good win against Hawthorn. But yeah, I think some some real struggle time down at Hawthorn with their forward line. Of course, Luke Bruce out for a month with that broken jaw. And, they've got really no one in the forward line that can do anything. Poppy, the joke of an AFL player these days. He does struggle. He's a bit chubby now. Can't run anymore. Their young player, Mitch Lewis, who was quite good last year for the games he played. He's injured. But even before his injury, he didn't go near the ball. But, yeah, their forward lines are struggling. On their back line, big boy McAvoy in the back line got found out.
What was he doing down there?
Yeah.
He was so bad.
He was struggling. I think he's all right if you're in a congested game and, it's just packs, straight down the line and stuff. But when he's got caught out one-on-one, which Leon Cameron did really well with Himmelberg and Finlayson, they both beat him one-on-one because, once the ball hits the ground, McAvoy's not going to be able to stop it. But, yeah, they swing him forward, though, McAvoy, end up kicking 2 goals and bringing them back in the game for a little bit in that, what quarter was it? In the third quarter. And I guess they kicked 4 goals. But yeah, when he moved up into there, looks, lively. He went back into the ruck as well, had 17 hitouts. So, I don't think he'll be playing too much more defence for the Hawks, considering that they're already too tall with Frost, Frawley, Sisley and Stratton back down there. Jarman Impey, I think, is set to play in a practice match this week, so he should be back in 2 weeks or so. That will be some much needed run for the Hawks off the back line. But yeah, they're not travelling too great at the moment. Only forward that looks decent is Jack Gunston. He's always been a superstar. But yeah, for my vote, I would have given the 3 votes to Josh Kelly. Absolute dominant player.
Beast.
He's an absolute beast. Perryman would have given him the 2 votes. He's had a monster year so far.
Yeah,
really good. Didn't kick any goals this week, but did have the 28 touches. 18 of them being kicks, going at 75%. Very strong game. And I was tossing between Finlayson and Himmelberg for the 1 vote. Of course, both of them kicked 4. But I gave it to Finlayson. He did get 2 more disposals and 2 more marks. So I decided the Finlayson would get the 1 vote. But yeah, it was definitely a good week of footy. Nothing badly went on. But yeah, I guess we're going to move into our round 6 previews. And we've got some good games this week. Very excited for some of them. Now, I guess we'll kick us off with tonight's game, Geelong versus Brisbane. It's going to be an interesting game. Of course, this week, first time since 1960-something, I think it was, that no team is playing at their home ground at all.
I did see that, Jacko. I did see that.
That's a bit mental.
So, no home ground advantage. No more Geelong going to abuse their GMHBA stadium.
Skinny ground, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just quickly though, Jacko, are we going over the JLJ multi or?
True. I guess should we do the multi before we preview the games? I guess we should because I've heard some rumours that if this multi gets up, you'll never have to work a day for like the next 10 years. You said,
Jacko.
That's just what I've heard.
Jacko.
Just what I've heard.
Jacko, I've put you together a multi that will make you be able to have M&Ms and your mint leaves or whatever you say every single day, and you won't have to work a day, mate. I'm telling you, it's a big multi.
He said, I'm ready to listen to it. Here we go.
All right. So, Michael Walters, he's not going to play forward much this week, I don't reckon. I got a feeling. I reckon he's going to slide into the midfield for a bit more time in the midfield and rack up 25 touches.
Yep.
And I reckon our man, Dan the Man Butler, is going to smash 3 or more goals.
All right, I can have it.
That's not dumb either. Dan Butler's averaging 2 goals. Michael Walters currently averaging 20 disposals. So it's not out of...
It's not crazy.
It's not a crazy at all. So it could happen. Keep going.
Then we've got in the Melbourne game, Melbourne Gold Coast, Petrarca to cause absolute mayhem on the ground. He's going to Gonna go big, kick 3 or more goals with 20-plus
Mhm.
touches.
That's a big game.
There
Could
you
happen,
go.
but Trucker is currently averaging 1 goal a game with 23 touches. So I think disposals are in the
Yeah.
bag.
There you
I
go.
Goals
wouldn't
could
be
be the issue.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he pushed more forward, considering how bad the Melbourne
Their forward
forward line
line
has
is.
been,
Yeah.
and considering that the Gold Coast defense isn't anything sensational. Maybe.
You
Definitely
never
maybe.
know. It's
You
not
never
out
know.
of. It's not
It's not
that
a
out of
possibility.
control. It's not.
No,
Mhm.
it's up there. And then you got 2 legs in the Carlton Western Bulldogs game, Jacko.
Is this where it all goes wrong?
Well, you can think that if you want, but I reckon it might come to fruition.
Right.
Mitch McGovern will silence all his critics this week, right? All the talk about him this week about he needs to step it up. He needs to come big. I reckon Mitch McGovern is going to silence them all and kick a bag of 5 or more goals this week.
5 goals. He's only kicked 6 for the season. But he's going to kick 5 this game.
And don't leave it there. Just
Oh,
don't leave
man.
it at McGovern. I reckon Ling Jong is going to snag one himself as well.
So random.
Has Lindron even kicked the goal this year?
Has he ever kicked a goal?
I think he's snagged a goal once or twice, but who knows?
Yeah, let me have a look. Lindron averaging 13 disposals. He's only kicked 1 behind this year.
Looking good for the.
Looking good for that one.
He's going
Last year,
ahead.
did he kick a goal? Last year, he didn't play a game.
Boy.
In their premiership, he kicked 7 goals in 2018, though.
There you
So
go.
you never know.
He's
looking
back.
good.
He's back now.
Is that the multi-finish method?
That's the multi-finish, Jacko.
All right, how much is that paying?
Paying.
Mhm.
All right, you're not going to believe me at first, Jacko.
All right,
And I'm just rounding it up for you.
rounding it up from
Good.
here.
Because you're going to get a bit of money from sponsorship deals after this, mate. You're going to be known for making $170,000.
Oh.
$170,000.
There you go, mate.
I'm not even joking. Chuck $2 on it, I reckon.
Honestly, if you chuck 1 cent on it, you're gonna make what $170 back from 1 cent. So 100. I wonder how many M&M packets I could buy with that. 170,000 divided by 4. I could get 42,500 M&M packets with that.
There you go.
Would be insane.
That'll be gone in under a month.
You'd be set for life, Jacko.
Oh, just put them all in
No,
like
we
a
won't be set
bathtub
for
or
a few
something, and
months.
just jump in there.
Oh my.
It'd be insane. It was like whenever you're walking to the bathroom, just put your hand in there.
Oh,
So you head over to sportsbet.com.au right now. You can have a look at that multi. Get yourself a cheeky $170,000. It's all of them are capable except for the Mitch McGovern one. I don't think. Mitch McGovern will.
yeah, McGovern could struggle.
If you take the Mitch
really
McGovern
could.
out, I'm sure it'd still be paying a nice little amount. Yeah, it's a great multi this week. I'll be sure to chuck 1 cent on it.
Good on you, mate.
You never know. You never know.
Nice.
So I guess we'll start with our round 6 previews. Big week of footy, as I said before, and but I'll kick us off with the Geelong-Brisbane game. I think it'll be game of the round. Of course, 2nd versus 3rd. And I'm going to predict Brisbane win by 14 points. Of course, we beat them round 22 last year at the Gabba. Lincoln McCarthy taking the specky the last minute of the game.
Great crowd.
Winning the game there was good. And my big call is the Big O to kick 3 goals.
Oh,
Big O, Oscar
Man, the
McInerney.
The man is a beast. He got 123 Supercoach points last week on me bench.
Did he actually?
He did. I've got, put him
No,
up
he
forward
didn't.
now. I just Steph Martin in instead of him. The Big O is a
123
beast.
points.
The Big O is absolutely dominating these days. Great player. Considering no Tom Stewart anymore for Geelong, I think the Big O could have a field day. Could have a field day down there.
I reckon Brisbane by about 7 points. It'd be a close one. Could go either way.
Matho?
yeah, I reckon. Yeah, Brisbane just. I reckon Geelong might try and continue this form, but I reckon Brisbane might just get up there.
It definitely will be a close one, of course. Well, is Geelong's who have they lost to? They lost
Carlton, mate. Carlton. Don't forget Carlton.
But they would have lost someone else, wouldn't they? They're 2 and 3, aren't they?
We'll have a look, Jacko. We'll have a look.
Have a quick look.
No, they're...
Yeah, they're,
Oh, yeah, they've
they're
lost
12
2.
points.
Yeah, they've lost 2.
Yeah, what's their form? Oh, they lost. They lost in round 1.
Yeah,
Round
they
1
lost
is
at
really tough.
GWS. They got
Oh, yeah, true.
bummed by
True. That
GWS.
was, when they got, that was true. Yeah, fair enough then. Well, will definitely be a good game, of course. Tomahawk going to be on Harris Andrews. Good test for Harris Andrews. Of course, Zorko is back for the Brisbane Lions for Alice Shulman.
Is he?
The man Jack's, Zorko's back, Considering that I thought he could have been out for a month or so, that's what they were saying. He's back already for Cam Alice Shulman, the big boy himself. Jack Stevenson, or Jack Steven, getting rested, I think, or managed. Scumbag anyway.
Whoa, that's not very nice.
Nah, I don't like him. So he's a scumbag.
Fair enough.
I did say away how he could beat him. We won't bring it up on camera. But, yeah. So now we'll move on to Pies versus the Hawks. This one could go either way. Both teams are in quite shocking form. And I'll say my big call before I say the game. My big call is that neither team will kick over 10 goals in this game.
Interesting.
Both their forward lines just suck. Like they just do. Like last time, I'm looking here right now, last time they versed each other, it was 67-63. Hawthorn won by 4 points. And that was in the full time back in round 16 last year. So, I definitely think neither of them could kick 10 goals. Of course, no Jordan De Goey for this game.
Yeah,
Of course, with his
touching
little
women.
touching his woman. What was it? 4 years ago? Back when was it? He's 2015.
Oh yeah,
think so,
2015, 16 or something.
15, something like that. So 4 or 5 years ago. Of course, broke the COVID protocols. Like, of course, he had to because he had to go down to the police station and stuff for questioning. So yeah, he'll miss this week. Of course, still side bottom. Lost a bit of respect for him. Not going to lie, he was one of my favourite players at Collingwood, and now a senior player being a downright idiot. Not going to lie, half naked, walking the streets, getting picked up for drunk and disorderly. Of course,
BK.
Really
I did like how he put his hand up and obviously he did the wrong thing 100% and he should probably get stripped of his vice captaincy, but a lot of players will make excuses and stuff like that, but he put his hand up. He said he was in the wrong. He's going to take all the blame for it. Didn't go against the 4-week suspension. So, everyone makes mistakes 100%. It was the wrong one, and you should get consequences for your mistakes, but I like how he put his hand up and said, I made the mistake. And he's never done anything wrong. It's the first thing he's done wrong.
Hi, Josh.
Of course, good interruption there from Kathy Van Kuyk.
There you go, Kathy.
Kathy. Kathy wants her voice heard
Yeah,
about the corona situation.
Can we get Kathy on for a special guest? Just
Definitely not.
take your mic out, VK.
Tiger fan herself. Yeah, she be on for.
She's an Essendon fan.
I thought she went for Richmond.
Yeah, good on you, Jacko.
She worked at Richmond.
Oh, see, there you go. That's what I mean. So he has a heart. Special spot for Richmond in our heart.
Yeah, Matty she used to be good friends with Matthew Richardson. We got good connections.
Good connections. You're not using them at all, We could get Stuart Subon, could get Matty Richardson, could get Dan McStay, could get Castagna. And what do you bring to the table, VK?
I bring to the table just some you know what?
Big calls. He brings big
absolutely
calls.
nothing.
That's
to be
about
completely
it.
honest.
Honestly, you could just be the JL podcast these days, VK. Poor from you.
Okay, well, that's a ridiculous statement. I might leave. I might make my own podcast.
Get Kathy on instead. Get Kathy on instead.
The JK podcast.
What about Georgia?
Josh and Kathy.
Georgia, come on.
No.
It could be the VK podcast for the full Van Kuyk family.
Yeah, Georgia Holly.
I reckon that would pop off, not going to lie.
Just get them all. I'm going to create my own podcast, just my family.
Yeah, that can be a good podcast.
Because Tom, once you leave VK, Tom's coming to join us, mate.
That's true. We would just snag Tom.
Yeah. Big deal.
But I guess back to the Hawthorn Collingwood game. I think that the Pies will still win this game. Of course, Treloar will be back. No Howe again as usual. But I think Pies by 17 points. Are you guys?
Yeah, I have Collingwood by 30. I reckon they're in bad form, but I still reckon they're one of the best teams in the competition. I reckon Hawthorn aren't looking too good right now. And I think they'll be in it by 30 points. I don't think your big prediction will happen. It may, and I know Collingwood's forward line not going too well.
I'm going to have a look. How many points did each team score last week? Collingwood last week scored 48 points, and Hawthorn scored 49 points.
I reckon it'll be 70-something to 40-something.
And Collingwood only scored 64 points the week before. The Hawthorn's 58. So I reckon my prediction could get it up.
But round 4, 64. Round 3, they got 81. So and then round 1, obviously the extended quarters.
Yeah, that was round 3. That was when everyone hyped him up like, oh, we're premiership favourites now.
I still reckon they're top 4 premiership favourites, but
not without Howe. Not without Howe.
Yeah,
Howe's their best defender, and he's gone.
Howe is a big difference.
Of course, Tagoe out of form for a long bit. Jamie Elliott hasn't touched the ball since round 1 or round 2. So yeah, some troubling signs in terms of their forward line. Of course, some previous members out on the podcast, Davo, Jed, and Blizz, all Pies fans, all said that they don't like the Collingwood forward line. Considering that that's got too many bystanders down there. Players like Callum Brown and Jamie Elliott, Mychek, Mason Cox, Stevenson after the first 10 minutes. Really struggling at the moment. I do rate his Dacos. Of course, his dad was.
Yeah, he was really good against Essendon.
His dad was a superstar, and I think he could be a player for the Pies' future. But yeah, Matthew, what about your prediction for this game? Who'd you have winning?
I reckon I wouldn't mind seeing the Hawks get up, but I reckon Collingwood will just in a low-scoring game, like you said, Jacko.
Yeah, very low-scoring game because both defenses are quite strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the height of the Collingwood forward line, of course, quite a small forward line for Collingwood. Only having Mychek as a tall, and I doubt Mason Cox will keep.
Cox doesn't count. Doesn't matter how tall he is.
I don't think he'll keep his spot. Darcy Cameron might come back into the team. Of course, he's 200
He's a lot
plus.
better than Mason Cox.
You say that, but they both did get 2 disposals, so of course, Darcy Cameron's got 5 years younger than him or so. So
yeah,
would be good to have some younger legs in there. Yeah, Matthew, move on to the Freo St Kilda game. Thoughts?
Freo St Kilda, I reckon it'll be a good game. St Kilda, interstate, I don't know how good they'll go. But rumours are Fife is back only after just 2 weeks of doing the hammy.
Yeah, I saw some rumours that he might make it. He said if he was fit, then he would play.
Fremantle have come out and said that he's playing. They reckon he's in. But I reckon St Kilda will get the win purely based off recent form. It'll be good to see Brad Hill up against his old side. And I reckon
Brad Hill's been missing for the last couple of weeks. Not gonna lie, hasn't done too much.
He has, and I reckon Dan the Man Butler is going to snag a few more. I'm going St Kilda by 28 points.
Of course, he's going to kick the 3 goals for the JLJ multi, Dan the Man.
Exactly,
So
and Michael Walters is getting 25 touches as well.
That is true. That's definitely true. Unless they put Jack Steele on, you got to hope Fife plays. So then Steele goes to 5. Walters ends up picking up 30.
Exactly.
And then you're done. It'd be very good.
Mate.
I'm predicting St Kilda win quite easily. Really like watching St Kilda play at the moment. I reckon they'll win by 38 points. Really
by
like
54. I reckon it'll be a domination.
54 points.
I reckon King's going to have a bag. Butler will have a bag. I reckon it's going to be absolute domination. Freo,
huge
they do nothing for me. They do nothing for me. St Kilda looking great. Going along with my prediction, I said they'll be very good this year at the start of the year, and I reckon they'll continue that for me. They're not very good Fremantle.
That's true. Yeah, Matho, your prediction for Wooden Spoon, Port Adelaide, currently sitting top of the ladder.
I knew you were about to bring that up, Jacko, and you know what? I was just trying to go against it all, and you two made Gold Coast as your prediction, so I don't know how good you're going either. So
Yeah, it's a good point. No, it's a good.
They're going to finish fourth last Gold Coast anyway.
don't throw stones if you live in glass houses, mate.
Right.
Fair enough. BK, your West Coast Adelaide game?
I think this has. I'm going with another absolute smashing. 53 points has the potential to be a huge win for West Coast Adelaide. Continue to look so bad, down in confidence at the present time. My big prediction is Darling to get back into how he's playing last year and kick 5 goals.
Jeez, definitely could. Not Kennedy, you reckon Darling?
No, I think it's Darling's game. You can toss it up every week with them, but I reckon Darling.
Yep. I'm going to guess West Coast by 48 points. I think they're just going to be too good for Adelaide.
Yeah, West Coast
is just shocking.
West Coast are going to bend them over.
Matho, the Melbourne Gold Coast game.
Yeah, Melbourne Gold Coast.
Bad game, this one. I don't know about this one. It's going to be average.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I can say.
I don't know. I reckon Isaac Rankin, he's 20 minutes ago, they've just said, he's making his long-awaited debut. He's got
he has been sitting on everyone's Supercoach bench.
Exactly.
For a while.
He's got big shoes to fill in Matt Rao, but I reckon he'll come back, and I reckon Brandon Ellis, Noah Anderson, or even Hugh Greenwood will have to kind of take in an aspect of Matt Rao's game to make sure Gold Coast midfield can.
I guess Noah Anderson will get more midfield time now.
Yeah, I reckon he will.
Yeah, it'll be good to see
on the forward line.
Midfield.
But I reckon Melbourne's midfield will just big bodies. I reckon Gold Coast not huge in the midfield, but I reckon Melbourne will win it out of the midfield with Petrarca, Oliver, and Brayshaw. But I reckon it'll be good to see the young Suns up against a woeful forward side in Melbourne. But I reckon Gold Coast might get up by 8 points.
I have Melbourne by 13. I reckon they're going
Gold Coast by 8.
beat them this week.
I got Melbourne by 9.
Yeah,
just because Petrarca's kicking the 3 goals. You got to remember that.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
That's true.
Definitely will be a good game. You know, good. I think just the Melbourne midfield be too strong with Viney, Brayshaw, Petrarca, and all superstars. VK, Essendon North game. Your favourite club? North.
This game is so hard to predict. As I said before, the two hardest to predict in the AFL, going up against each other. Even though Essendon are in great form, I would never say it's a definite Essendon win. I'll never say that. They will definitely miss Stringer, but will be good for us to have Merritt back.
After his disgusting punch.
It shouldn't have been a week, but we'll keep talking. That being said,
put the man in hospital. You're a dog.
That being said, I predict Essendon to win by 22, and I reckon string it out. I think Hooker will go forward this week, and he had a brilliant game against Collingwood in the back line along with Hurley, and I think he'll go forward and kick 3 or more this week for the Dons.
Jeez, you said Hooker 4 or more, didn't you? Around 1, 2 or something, didn't you?
I was just feeling it. Don't know why.
Yeah,
this one's because the string is out. This one's more fair enough.
Makes a bit of sense. Of course, Hurley will go to Ben Brown. So I guess the ability to go forward, because I wouldn't think, aren't too many good more forwards for North.
No one really else.
And of course, Goldstein could go forward. Did kick 2 last week.
Yeah, Shark and Phillips will follow him.
Big Phillips. How about that for
impressive.
a game? You didn't even mention that in your preview, in your review.
I didn't, but he was.
I completely forgot about it.
Some of the commentators saying best on ground was a bit silly, but he was very impressive. The Bell Chambers should never get a run on the team ever again. He was apparently rested. He's got to be done. He's one of the worst runners.
You know what they bring back? Bring back Matty Leuenberger. Bring him out of retirement.
No. We've had some bad ruckmen. Seriously. In recent times, Leuenberger, Zach Clark, Bell Chambers, 3 of the worst ruckmen I've ever seen.
Leuenberger was a good player at Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane, not at Essendon.
That's true. Yeah, I've gone Dons by 31 points in this game. I think they're going to be really good against North, considering Higgins will be out. So, Merritt, Shield,
Sheila
McGrath.
McGrath
Now,
as well.
my second favourite player at Eston now. Of course, number one draft pick from a couple of years ago. Absolute beast. Behind my man Joby, of course. That's best. That's my favourite player.
Cole Langford.
Yeah,
No one can work that out.
Oh, listen, the OG should know of the podcast. Martha, what about you for this game?
The Dons will get up, I reckon, comfortably as well.
Yeah.
I'm calling Essendon in a comfortable victory.
I'm not going to give it points, just comfortable. Do you know what comfortable is? It's a comfortable win.
30 points. There you go.
30 points.
I don't know if it's going to be comfortable.
I think we got North Melbourne.
That's why it's my prediction, VK, not yours, bud.
Just
true, but
you'll
you'll
be comfortable with Essendon. Never.
I don't know why I don't rate. I rate Essendon.
Yeah,
they got good players.
You didn't even rate your own side against the likes of Collingwood, and then fourth quarter you were like, actually, wait a second, we might actually.
But I mean that's fair enough. If you're going up against a team like Collingwood, I didn't expect us to play well.
What was the name? You didn't think you were going to beat team was it round?
Okay.
Oh, they might have been round 2. You didn't even think you were going to beat Sydney and Sydney suck.
Yeah, well, I had a feeling. It was tough round 2 after the big break to predict. I just had a feeling Swans were going to get us.
I didn't back us against Geelong, but I always have faith in them. I tipped them.
I actually didn't back us against Port Brisbane. I tipped against us.
You just got to back your own side, mate.
Well, man, when you haven't seen a finals win, it's pretty hard.
It's true. I did have a dream the other night that we were watching the footy at Toby Brown's house, actually. All standing out there at a grand final day. And a Brisbane player kicked a goal from, it was like a Dom Sheed goal. In the dying seconds, kicked a goal, and I was running around Toby's backyard. So, yeah, it was a good dream.
There you go, Toby.
There you go, Toby. If you're still listening to this.
There's not one chance he even clicked on it.
You don't know. Every time you got a mention in it at the 40th-minute mark.
Toby, if you're listening, comment grand final day in the comments, and grand final day is confirmed at your house.
That's fair
Yeah,
enough.
can we get confirmation?
Would be interesting where the grand final gets played if they move it to
ANZ, I think it will be.
Big ANZ. Well, where's it?
I don't reckon New South Wales deserve it.
Sydney.
I reckon Gold Coast deserve it.
The only 2 grounds are ANZ and the new West Coast one. They're the only 2 grounds they should play at.
No, it might be at the Gabba.
Yeah, the Gabba. I wouldn't mind the Gabba.
How many people can you hold at the Gabba?
38,000.
So it's never going to be at the Gabba.
Yeah, true. I think Optus will be the best spot.
Yeah, but you've still got to take into consideration that it's 3 months from now. 3 months from now, what's the situation? They might only be allowed that many people there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Still, it would be nice at the Gabba. If it's at the Gabba and Brisbane are playing, we're not losing. Granting it there. I don't think Brisbane can win at the MCG, and this is our game plan. The ground's too wide. Yeah, I guess move to the Ports Giants game. We've had a lot of, off conversations this episode. We've been talking about a lot of different things, which is good. Instead of just going through all the games, I reckon. But yeah, we're back on track to the Ports Giants game. This will be a good game, I reckon. Considering Port coming off a bit of a reality check from Brisbane. Giants come off a good game against Hawthorn. I'm giving Giants by 22 points. My big call is Toby Green to get suspended. 2 scumbag clubs.
That's not really a big call, mate. That's a call.
Well, he hasn't got suspended this year, has he?
He has barely been playing. So. He's barely been playing, but...
He's barely been playing. He's played 4 games out of the 6. Well, out of the 5. He's only missed 1 game.
No, my bad then. I thought he's missed more than that.
Yeah, so maybe that. May even have chuck in I'll chuck in a Jeremy Cameron and Finlayson combined for 10 goals. How's that?
Jeepers.
Wouldn't be surprised.
That's huge. Against Port Adelaide?
The Port Adelaide defenders suck.
Yeah.
Dan McStay, Big O, and Hipwood took the piss.
Yeah, and they're elite.
They are elite forwards. You got to remember that. They don't compare to.
You don't
Cameron.
remember that, mate. Yeah, so you got to
I
remember.
did forget about that. But yeah, they did show a lot during the Brisbane Port game. The size difference, I think Port Adelaide's tallest defender is 193 centimetres. And Dan McStay was the shortest out of our three forwards, out of the three tall forwards with 195. So, yeah, considering that, of course, Finlayson, Himmelberg, and Cameron are all big lads. I'm not sure how tall they actually are. Yeah. Let's have a look already. Cameron, how tall is he? Your biography? No, it doesn't even say. Oh, all big lads, yep. That's my call. Cameron, Finlayson, to combine for 10 goals.
That's fair enough.
So, yeah, what about you guys? Thoughts on the Giants win, Port win?
Giants by 28.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon Port by
Oh, Port.
15.
The Wooden Spooners.
Jacko, who are you tipping in the Melbourne Gold Coast game? Melbourne?
Melbourne Gold Coast game. Yeah, Melbourne by 9.
Yeah, I tip Melbourne.
Yeah.
Oh, I said Gold Coast and Wooden Spoon. So, fair enough. No, I did say Sydney for second last.
Yeah, everyone else said Sydney for last as well, mate. So, you know what?
I don't know about that.
I said Adelaide.
True, I did probably Adelaide. I don't think they're going to be as bad as they are this year. I thought they were going to be like.
I just looked at their list and that's just what's there.
And they didn't lose that many players though in that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't.
Like the
didn't
Crashers
realise.
were threatening to leave and stuff. Of course, Tex Walker is now the worst forward in the AFL. He's a liability. He's just bad.
He's so bad.
Who's worse? Who's worse, Mason Cox or Taylor Walker?
Oh, Mason Cox. Oh, he's not that bad.
Worse. Yeah. Well, at least Tex can still make a contest. Cox, he just doesn't even know what's going on.
It doesn't know what day of the week it is.
Doesn't. No idea what day of the week it is. Of course, moving on to the Richmond-Sydney game. It's going to be a good game.
I really don't think it will be. I think Richmond are going to continue the form they had last week, continue finding more form, and win by around 34 points from the Tigers. Big prediction is Lynch to kick 5.
That's true. Lear in the ruck. I don't know if Lear goes back. Or if Lear sticks.
Still, wherever Lear is, Lynch is still kicking 5. Doesn't matter.
True. I think Lynch might be the best tall forward in the comp right now.
Dixon is still the best tall forward in the comp.
Good. I was about to swear again, but no.
He kicks 6 in a game.
I don't
it doesn't
care.
matter.
He kicks
He's like
6 against
second
West
in the
Coast.
Coleman. You can't deny
Yeah,
the
he
stats.
kicked these 6 goals. Harris Andrews made him look like Mason Cox. I already told you. Once he comes up against a good defender, he didn't play against a good defender in West Coast.
Yeah, but you put Harris Andrews on Lynchy, and like same thing's happening.
Lynch is a better player than Charlie Dixon.
Yeah, he is.
Charlie
but
Dixon
at the moment,
sucks.
Yeah, but at the moment,
No, I don't even care at the moment.
Dixon and Ben King are both.
Okay, at the moment, Charlie Dixon. But are you saying at the moment, Charlie Dixon's coming off 0 goals?
Yeah, so
then how can you be the best forward in the comp right now?
That's an off week. I want to put this out there.
Yeah, but Tom Lynch doesn't have off weeks.
Who do Port have this week?
Wait, is Tom Lynch even playing? He has a broken finger.
Is he?
Is Tom Lynch even playing?
No.
Jeez, have you even done your research? He has a broken finger. Is he playing?
Rumor is he's playing through injury. I spoke to him actually.
Oh, sorry, I spoke to him. That's fair enough.
So awful.
So if Tom Lynch does play through his broken finger, he's kicking 5.
Yeah, he'll play. And if he doesn't, then
Jack Ray will kick 5?
No chance.
No, I don't think he'll kick 5 in 5 weeks.
No, struggles.
He does struggle these days.
Mm-hmm.
So what would your big call be? Because I don't think Tom Lynch will be playing.
Without Lynchy, golly, Sydney just have absolute nobodies.
But Papley to kick 5. I like Papley as a player.
Yeah, chuck that on. Papley to kick 5 if Lynch doesn't play.
Papley to kick 5 and Richmond to win. Jeez, I wonder how much that's paid on the old sports bet.
Probably a lot.
Yeah, we'll have a quick look for all the viewers at home.
No, he's
Yeah,
going to
but
kick
like that,
5,
yeah.
and that's their only 5 goals.
Jeez,
What?
that's huge.
That's a big call right there.
That's Matt Britis-like calls.
No, it's not. No, that's a worse call than Matt Pritt's call. Matt Pritt is a great call.
You
Yeah,
still stand by that,
Richmond,
don't you?
Richmond to win. Tom Pappy to kick 5. Currently paying $226.
Chuck $1 on it.
Chuck the house on it, VK. Chuck the house on it, mate.
Yeah.
Chuck the house on it.
You were right with it
is
the
Tom
last
Lynch
time.
Yeah, so you guys.
Yeah, Tom Lynch isn't even in the betting, so I don't think he's playing.
Maybe he's just not good enough.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
That might be fair enough.
Charlie Dixon just
But yes.
sits on him.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Still, that's an outrageous call.
No,
There's no day that Charlie Dixon's a better player.
no, but he's in better form.
No, it's not. I don't even care about form. It's like
That's
saying
what we're
like,
talking about.
say like
Right
Coxie
now-
comes out and kicks. Like, okay, Josh Bruce kicks 6. Would you rather Josh Bruce than?
No, because Dixon's second
Tom
in the
Lynch.
league in goals. If Josh Bruce was second in the league in goals, then yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I would actually.
this trigger me.
If Mason
This-
Cox, oh no, he's equal first. I take this back. If Mason Cox was leading the league in goals, I'd take him. But he's not. I've
How many
got
goals
the
has Tom
stats.
Lynch kicked this year?
He's kicked
Tom
9.
Lynch kicked 9.
Yeah, Dixon's kicked 11. So if you think about it.
Right, yeah, you're ambitious, Colby. Yep. Fair enough. Then. Well, I'm guessing
That's what
Tigers by
VK.
18.
That's what VK brings to the podcast. His ambitious
Mm.
calls.
True. His ambitious goal of Dixon's a better player and that Tom Lynch is going to kick 5 from the bench. Or
I
from
didn't
the
know he
stands.
wasn't playing.
Do you not know it? And considering that Dion Prestia and Nan Curvis have done that weird thing with their foot, and Kochi's done his hammy, it actually may be a closer game than
Nah.
what it is.
Nah, Swans suck.
Of course, Sydney do suck, but that's Richmond's.
And
They're
we
the
all
most
know
consistent
Richmond
midfielder.
away from home.
It's
They're
true.
not
Where
good.
are
They're
they?
not good away from
Where are they
home.
playing? They're playing up Metricon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Playing up in. Oh no, I have the Gabba. Oh, the Gabba crowd will love it. Interesting how people get to that game. Yeah. Of course, Richmond played well at the Gabba. Beat Brisbane there, so never know. Matho, what are your thoughts on this game?
Sydney.
Sydney for a win
Ali is going to turn up. Just
in the
just for-
ruckman or backline, or is he going forward?
Oh, mate, he's going all over the ground.
Ah, fair enough.
And just for Ben Horsnell, he's turning it up and he's going to get the 3 votes this week. And Sydney's going to win.
I hope he does. Seems like a great bloke, Lelia. I'd love to
He
meet
does.
him. Moving on to the final game of the week. This one could be actually no, it probably won't be a great game. Carlton versus the Bulldogs, Matho.
Ease up, Jacko. It's going to be an outstanding game. It's going to be the game of the round. So,
Right, game around.
I reckon this game is going to be one out of the midfield, though. I reckon.
Mhm.
Hanging on the shoulders of the Cripps versus Bond battle, I reckon it's one in
True.
and around the midfield. One thing is, though, I reckon with no Aaron Norton down forward, I reckon having Liam Jones or Jacob Wiedering going to Josh Bruce leaves one of them a little bit free, and Sam
Mhm.
Doherty will be able to hopefully return to his spare man
Good
down
form.
back role. And
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind seeing Doherty go into the midfield, though.
I don't know if he's got the legs anymore to play midfield.
Just occasionally, just give Cripper a bit of help in the
Oh, yeah?
midfield.
A bit of a cop out,
yeah,
maybe once a
exactly.
quarter or so.
There you go. And then, but
Yeah,
just
maybe.
quietly though, Brett Ratton sending Geary to Doherty last week, a forward tagging a defender. I reckon
Hmm.
it's something that's
Hasn't been done for a while. I remember
Exactly.
Jordan Lewis used to do it for Hawthorn.
yeah.
I remember he used to play on Heath Shore and stuff.
Brett
5-6
Ratton.
years ago.
Brett Ratton just quietly has done bits down at St Kilda.
Yeah.
I told you from the start he was the best assistant coach in the league, and now he's turning up.
Carlton should never have sacked him. We should never have sacked him.
You know, you wanted to get Mick Moldhouse, so I guess it's fair enough. You know, looking at it, Brent Rutten or Mick Moldhouse, one of the best coaches of all time.
Yeah,
So, I guess it didn't
that was
really
an
work
inside.
out.
That was an inside job from Moldhouse. He came to Carlton to sabotage us.
Fair enough.
But I reckon, like I said, one in the midfield. Hopefully McGovern can kick his 5 this week for the multi. I
True.
reckon Cripps is going to hit him on the tit every time out of the midfield, so that'll be good. And then I reckon Josh Bruce will maybe snag a few down the other end, but I reckon Carlton by 8 points.
Going by 8 points.
Yep.
I'm going Dogs by 29. I think they're just too good of a team. Of course, they're quite inconsistent. Of course, earlier in the season, they, had some games where you thought they were going to win and just didn't turn up. Against Sydney and stuff. They could play some. They can play good footy. It definitely will be a good game. I hope Sam Walsh turns up.
Yeah.
He's been average last couple of weeks. I think he's been getting 15, 20 touches, but some of his kicking, of course, cost Carlton a couple of weeks ago. He's kicking into the forward line. I remember again against St Kilda, Sam Walsh kicking one straight to one of their St Kilda players in the back line and end up being a goal. But yeah, he's definitely got the potential. Of course, Jack Martin would be one of the pickups of the recruits of the season. Played a lot of midfield time against St Kilda. Martin.
Yeah,
Jack
he looks
Martin.
good.
So, of course, he was a good player at Gold Coast. A couple of injuries. But yeah. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I reckon Doggies by 22. I don't reckon it'll be a very good game. Actually, no, it could be pretty close up to like 3/4 time maybe, and then Bulldogs just push away from there. But I think it'll be low scoring. I think they'll keep them under 40 again. I think it'll be like 30-something to 50-something.
It's going to be like, maybe the 36. Mitch McGovern kicking 5, and then maybe some behinds or so.
Yep.
But yeah, all right. I guess that's the podcast for this week. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like down in the comments below. Probably it was quite a long episode. I wouldn't know how long it went for. We're been close to an hour. So back to the long episodes. Good to have a good chat about footy. Of course, we had to catch up on our on last week's games and stuff. And talk about the previous games. But yeah, you got any questions, leave them in the comments below, and see ya.
See you guys.